welcome to the live stream. I am your host, your Heavenly Father, Kevin Williams, and we are about to get going here with some Yellowcopter moments. This is President Trump taking off. He's heading to Minnesota to do another Corona Bowl. So we will be taking a look at what he says here. Let me just check the sound levels, see that we're good. C-SPAN feed is sometimes way off. Looks like everything is good to go. Hello, everyone. We broadcasted just a short while ago, but we are back. We'll cover this. It looks like it's 9 minutes long, and we will sign off again. We may, or like I said, may or may not. We may do the rally tonight. Here we go.
So we have a very big crowd. It's already formed. I mean, it started forming yesterday, I guess. We're going to Minnesota. Some of you are coming, I guess. I hope.
Fun fact, there's a pandemic. And it's carried through the air.
If you have any questions, we'll do it really quickly because we're a little bit late.
Hey, Ashley.
Well, we're going to take a look. They're going to be showing me everything in a little while on TikTok. And we have some great companies want to buy it. And we're looking at those companies.
What volume do you want turned up? His volume? My volume? Let's see if I can adjust the volume for you guys. Hold on. If you're wearing headphones, take them out for a second. I'm about to turn up Trump here. Turn up for what?
We're looking at, most importantly, the security with respect to China. And we're going to make a fairly fast decision. I don't think we have to delay it too much, but we have some great companies and some very great interests.
Testing. Let's pump me up just a little bit here. Testing. All right, that's me. You guys should be able to hear me. Let me know if those volumes are okay. You're on a slight delay. I'm going to turn Trump up just a little bit. Not necessarily to do anything. Let's pump him up by 50%. Okay, again, we never know with C-SPAN what the levels are going to be like, so let's jump back into it. Here we go. Get ready with your headphones.
You know, it's a pretty incredible asset. When you're asking me a question, I just...
Something about Director Wray, FBI Director Christopher Wray, appointed by Trump.
Agreed with him on those, I think, very important points. Obviously, China is at the top of the list, and I think...
Here's what Trump doesn't agree with. Russia is actively interfering with our election on social media, etc. They are trying to change the results of the election. China has a preference. Iran has a preference. Canada has a preference. Everyone on the planet has a preference. But Trump wants to concentrate on China because he wants to take off the attention off of Russia. Again, the Antifa is not an organization. They're a movement. They're an ideology. Bill Barr has said it. Christopher Wray has said it. Trump just doesn't agree with that. He thinks that they're somehow getting on planes all dressed in ninja clothing and...
Russia and North Korea and many other countries can be talked about, but China would be at the top of that list, so I don't know why that's not mentioned. And
because he didn't mention it yesterday, because they are not actively interfering in the election that the intelligence community knows about.
Obviously, Antifa, these are thugs, these are bad people. These are people that hurt a lot of people, a lot of good people.
With soup.
And Antifa, that man is agreeing with me. Unfortunately, are you a reporter? I wish you were a reporter. He's not. He's a good person, but he's back there shaking his head yes.
He's nodding his head yes. Fuck, this man's an idiot.
The fact is that Antifa's a bad group.
He's back there shaking his head yes. Yes, I see you. I see you agreeing with me back there. The one running away. The one with his hands in the air. He's celebrating. The one who just went, oh. He's celebrating and he's having an orgasm while doing it. Oh, I see you. We'll see you at the rally.
And they're criminals. And they're anarchists. And they're agitators. And they're looters and rioters and everything else. They're bad. And when a man doesn't say that, that bothers me. I wonder why he's not saying that. I think Bill Barr's been incredible, right? He's strong.
Because he said they were they were not an organization, that they're an ideology or a movement. He might have said movement. I think he said ideology. I'm not even going to check. Here we
Bill
go.
Barr is strong. He's tough and he's smart. And I think he agrees with me on this stuff. He sees what's happening with certain locations. Now, we can clean it out if the Democrat governors who are just weak or something's wrong, they're weak on crime, they don't even want to mention the words law and order. If they called us, like in Portland, we would have that situation taken care of in a half an hour. All they have to do is call. We will be there in a half an hour. Seattle only got straightened out because they knew we were going in there the following morning. We were all set to go. They immediately raised their hands. They gave up. But if they would call us, we would straighten out their problems. That includes Chicago. It includes New York. Now, I have to tell you, Chicago is a great police department. They endorse me. New York has a great police department, New York's finest. They endorse me.
Not true.
They don't need any help. All they have to do is let them do their job, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Governor. If they let them do their job, you will have very little crime in New York, very little crime in Chicago. But these liberal politicians, Democrats, they won't let the police do their job.
Something about Canada, maybe?
Well, we're going to see that. We're looking at the border with Canada. Canada would like it opened, and, you know, we want to get back to normal business. We have the USMCA all done, the new trade deal replacing NAFTA, which was probably the worst trade deal ever made by anybody. It was grossly incompetent. We have a great trade deal right now, and so we're going to be opening the borders pretty soon.
That's just what he does, Chuck.
Could be. Yeah, we're working with Canada.
Again, he never apologizes. He never says, I'm sorry, like a human being. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could you repeat yourself? Excuse me? Nope. Say it.
We want to pick a good date, having to do with the pandemic. And I happen to think we're rounding the turn. We're doing very well. And the vaccines are coming. But even before the vaccines are coming, if you look at Florida,
David.
if you look at Texas, if you look at Arizona, some places that flared up a little bit, we are doing really well. They're all doing very well.
Our cases are on the way up week over week. Our cases are up 13%. Deaths are also up week over week. 1 week ago, we had fewer deaths per day than we do right now.
Well, so we're looking at a lot of different things, and I did not like his answers yesterday, and I'm not sure he liked them either. I'm sure that he probably would agree with me. And
I don't know if we're talking about Christopher Wray or if we're talking about Redfield, the director of the CDC.
Really well. They're all doing very well.
Christopher Wray. I don't know why I lean in when I'm listening. It doesn't help. I'm wearing it. I can do this. I hear it exactly the same.
So we're looking at a lot of different things, and
I'm listening. I'm hoping my microphone makes some noise. Is what I'm doing.
I did not like his answers yesterday, and I'm not sure he liked them either. I'm sure that he.
By the way, you notice we have a new patron here as of yesterday, Selena. She became a patron specifically so that I would never do ASMR today. If you don't know what ASMR today is, or ASMR, I'll demonstrate. I won't, because Selena is now a patron. She's giving me $5 a month not to do ASMR anymore, which is whispering into the microphone. You can look it up if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Look it up on YouTube, and there's it's a whole thing. Whispering into the microphone is ASMR. So Selena asked me not to do that anymore. And for $5 a month, let's be honest, I'll do anything.
He probably would agree.
If you want to turn me into a Patreon whore, please do. Go to kevinleefather.com, and I will do anything for $5 at this point.
Agree with me. Antifa's bad, really bad. And if you look at it, who's the big problem? The big problem is China. And we can have
Because of Antifa?
others also, and I'm not excluding anybody. But the big problem is China. And why he doesn't want to say that, that certainly bothers me. Yeah.
We talk, Steph. Steph Biorgi's been a supporter of the broadcast forever.
Have
Joanna, are you high? And by that I mean, are you on a plane right now?
died. And projected, if you look at the initial projection...
Okay, this is a question about
have died.
something about 200,000 people have died. The virus. Okay, you're saying that we've turned the corner. How do you say that given that 200,000 people are dying?
Have died.
Corrects it. They have died. We've already passed that. And by some standards, we have passed the $200,000. So, he's got to make sure you get that, don't let the reporter get away with it. They're not dying. They're dead. They're gone. We're not getting them back.
Have died. And projected, if you look at the initial projections, it was up to 240, 250,000 if everybody did their job. If they didn't do their job, it would be
No, that's not what it said at all.
2.5, 3 million people, 3.5 million people. But you saw the same.
Oh, now it's up to 3.5 million people. It was 2.2 is the study that they used out of London to talk about the 2.2, and then the health, the UW Health experts, IHME, International Health, me, and they put the me in there so that Trump would relate to it. And they predicted, they went along with the 2.2 million. But that's if we did nothing. That's if we rode it like a cowboy, which is what President Trump kept repeating. And now, that might be what we're doing.
Same charge. So here's the bottom line. We should have lost nobody. China should have never allowed it to come out. Should have never, ever allowed it to come out. But the projections would be if we did a really good job with the shutdown, which we did, it would be 240, up to 240, 250,000 people. You've seen those.
What Trump said is that if we keep it between 100 and 200,000, we'll have done a pretty good job.
Numbers, so have I. If we didn't do our job, it would be 3.5, 2.5, maybe 3 million people. We have done a phenomenal job with
Phenomenal job. 200,000 people, 22% of the world's dead, 4.25% of the world's population. Phenomenal job. Way over representation.
respect to COVID-19.
And as a white man, trust me, I am all about over-representation. So I'm voting for Trump.
We have done a job that was incredible. Look at the other side of it. Look at Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden. He had a thing called swine flu.
Yeah.
It was a disaster, much easier to handle, much
12 to 17,000 dead.
less severe, but it was a disaster. And his own man that was in charge of it said it was
Ron Klain, you can say his name.
a nightmare. It was a disaster.
He didn't say it was a nightmare.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Maybe he did. Certainly not in the clips that I've watched. I don't remember Ron Klain saying that the response to swine flu was a disaster. He said that the vaccine development, they had a lot of problems with the vaccine development and distribution. Luckily, it wasn't needed with the urgency that they thought it would be needed. So they were trying like hell to get it done. They couldn't accomplish that. We did. We got lucky. The swine flu decided to abate. Two things. I've been saying for a while now, and some of you have argued with me, and God bless you, and you may be right. I don't know that we're going to get a second wave because this is not a flu. This is a coronavirus. And really, we've only studied 7 coronaviruses over time. We don't know that they take a seasonal path like the flu does. And certainly, some of you have said, I'm talking specifically to the gentleman behind me here, that it was going to go away in June with the heat, April with the heat. I didn't see that happening. I don't know that we're going to get a second wave ever. And now more and more people are talking about not getting a second wave. They're also talking about this Frederick Douglass fellow, which I've heard nothing but good things about. So I think his brand is really coming along.
Joe Biden doesn't have a clue.
Oh, wow. Word for word. Christopher and at random. Are you guys married? You guys on the same... well, that's not true. We're still in the first wave. That's what I said. I said we're still in the first wave. That's Christopher's voice, by the way. Talking. He was the second.
All he does is criticize. We've done an incredible job, whether it's the vaccines which are coming, The therapeutics, which are already here, they're already here. They've started remdesivir and others. The plasma is working out incredibly well.
Why? I haven't heard anyone question him on the 4.5% versus just say 5%, 25%. Make it easy for him. But why? Why hasn't anyone directly addressed that with him? The death.
Look at what happens. Look how much better.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, literally looking at it right now. 200 plus thousand dead, 5% of the world's population. That's the worst job. You're doing 5 times as poorly as a job as you should be.
People do, if they do have to go and they do end up in serious condition, look at how much better they're doing now because of what we've done therapeutically. It's been amazing. The numbers are amazing. We've done a great job. But then you have to take a look at swine flu.
Okay.
H1N1.
Why do we have to take a look at swine flu? Are we doing comparisons? Because when you compare, you despair. I miss Al Franken. But, you know, he did that joke. So we don't like jokes. Jim Jackass, are you Democratic Party? That's not really English, Jim Jack. I mean, it is, and I can see you're trying, so I don't know where you're writing in from, but thanks for coming to the broadcast. Are you asking if I'm a Democrat? If I'm a registered Democrat? Oh, no. No, I'm not. I'm also not LGBTQ, but I do play on an LGBTQ hockey team. But that doesn't make me. I'm what you call an ally. But no, I'm not a Democrat. I didn't vote for Hillary.
Okay, which Biden calls N1H1 because he doesn't know the name.
Jim, I know you're struggling with English, but it would be you talk queerly. It's an adverb. You talk queerly. Just put an ly when you're using a word to describe a verb. A verb would be like talking. That's a verb. Talk, to talk. So when you're describing that verb, you use an adverb. It's right in there. You see? Verb, adverb. Put an ly at the end. Most of the time. It's not a hard and fast rule, but give it a shot. You talk queerly. Jim, I just told you I didn't vote for Hillary. Wow. Literally just said I didn't vote for Hillary. And he's coming back with, yeah. So just tell your comrades to go ahead and move on to the next broadcast because we're going to be covering the... actually, I don't know. I'm going to tell you anyway. Tell your comrades to come and join us for the live stream tonight when we cover the, the Corona Bowl 9 tonight. So have them drop by. We'll talk to them then.
The H comes before the N. It's very easy to remember. You take a look at the job he did where his own people and the man that was in charge said it was a total disaster. A total disaster. And worse than that. And they got...
Didn't call it that.
Very, very poor marks. We have done it.
Who gives these marks? Who calls up Trump and says, you know what? I am giving you a B. Plus on the hurricane. It's just too... Okay, well, A-. We'll make it A-. I'll give you an apple.
An incredible job. Throughout the world, I get called by prime ministers and presidents saying, sir, the job you've done is amazing. On testing.
We know it's fake because he says, sir.
On testing, I'll give you a whole list. On testing, we have the greatest testing.
Oh, the question was asked which leaders. He's going to give us a whole list. He won't. He will in 2 weeks.
Anywhere in the world, where I think 60 million tests more than India, 1.5 billion people. Nobody has done the job that we've done. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Jim, that's exactly what we're trying to do here. Make America great again. Under Trump, manufacturing was contracting. Yeah, I do hate him. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely hate this man for what he's done to our country. 200,000 dead, and all he can do is brag about his response? 5 times as many dead as we should have. And he says he's done a tremendous, phenomenal job. That is just it's pathetic. It's very sad. I wish you well. You obviously can't vote because you're not from this country, judging by your English skills. Or maybe you're a new immigrant, in which case, welcome. As you learn more, you will know that there's very few people that actually support this man. At least in terms of the population. He's walking away, but the broadcast continues. I wonder if he's going to be accosted by Jim Acosta further down the line. The cameras are moving. It looks like he answers additional questions. Who's down there? Yeah, so he's talking to the rest of the press down at the other end. Let's see if they catch up on C-SPAN. Oh. Looks like he answers one question. I don't know. Because all the main coverage, the main feeds would be down here. Did anybody know what he was asked on the Twitters? Let's see if we've got... nope, we have no CC. So we can't find out that way. Does anybody know what he was asked at the end there? Boop. Let's close that. Let's go here. And we'll go to the Twitters. I was about to do a search for Yellowcopter moments with a hashtag. I don't know that anyone else really uses that, so that's not going to help us. Hold on. Let me just do a quick Trump search. That won't come up with much. And no. Nothing. Okay, I got to get on with my day. I got to do some stuff. So again, with the rally tonight, I don't know if we're going to be covering it or not. So, yeah, maybe we'll see you later. Maybe we won't. Again, have a fantastic Friday, guys. Here is Trump walking away. Let's make sure we get the end of this. I don't want to... Hold on. Make it big. Let's see if we can hear anything. There he is. He's walking away. Can we get some audio of him? Sometimes they'll turn the mics up, and we'll hear what he says with the helicopter noise. Oh, here it is. I found the phone. Yeah, here's the audio.
Where are you going?
Kevin, thanks for that.